was like, you know what's funny? This is a game for Dobro with his brother and his cousin. Which one is who? Huh?
Who ordered the pizza?
Hello, students. Welcome back to Vally City Community College at night. I am Sammy signing in. It's a Friday night, so I would say hopefully you all are in bed, but I don't know. We don't really want our students here to be nerds, so hopefully you're at a party. Maybe you're at Tawny's house. Yeah, the administration knows about Tawny's house. And also, hopefully, it's a safe, normal party. We hate nothing more than when you all come back to school on Monday, bruised from having gotten into some kerfuffle or something. So hopefully, realistically, right now, all of you are at a safe, normal party where you're not complete losers. Anyway, that's Sammy signing off to do a little partying of my own. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Vally City Community College. She was signing off. Welcome back to Vally City Community College. We had a fun, eventful session last week. The characters found themselves underwater, where they had left off the previous week. Where a small creature that's still kind of unknown that had the facade, the visage of Andre, had stolen away with the crystal of water elemental and started swimming away with it to go who knows where. The crew swam out and saw this creature immediately and were able to bring it to justice, but not before a giant sea creature bring it to justice, have it meet its watery grave, same thing.
Did it die?
I think I killed it. Yeah, we killed it for sure.
Yeah. Derek killed it.
Crushed it!
I want to see a body.
Though not before a large sea creature came and joined the fight a little bit, seemingly for no particular reason. It was hard to tell where it had come from. You were able to make quick work of all of that whole situation. This giant sea creature did get away, and that still kind of remains to be a mystery. Your characters all came to the surface of the water and continued on with the rest of, I think we had said a week had passed by, or maybe it was just a day.
Few days.
Few days. We found ourselves at the end of the week, regardless, on a Friday night, and everybody was kind of invited to Tawny's party, which is just this person who doesn't actually go to the school, but has a full house near the school that is kind of used for parties on every other weekend and stuff like that. So you all found yourself over at that party with different motivations and different reasons, different people that you wanted to meet up with and information you wanted to be getting at this party. We introduced a fun little party montage where you all actually failed that montage, resulting in your party goals being semi-accomplished, but not unbelievably accomplished. And right before we ended the session, our elemental and our golem friend that we've already met, the grass golem and the water elemental, burst forth from the top floor of this house and are now kind of hovering over the party as we zoom in media res. But before we jump in, I want to introduce our lovely, lovely players. First off, we have Dan Dobro playing
Garth Grimknuckle, who's kind of rather be at whatever party Sammy's at. That sounds
right? That's what's in the party.
Faculty parties are not for you. We have Jake playing.
Andre Jacques-Francois Mangemet III.
And Bertperson playing.
DMJ, the MVP.
Yep. Classic. Awesome. Cool. So we're going to jump in where we left off, unless there's any other thing we have to do here at the top. I need all of you to roll initiative.
Oh, right, man. Nothing better than starting a night with some initiative. 16 from the Deemster.
That's a new one.
I'm trying new ones out.
An 8 for Garth.
And Andre?
13.
Oh, okay.
Not a great roll from Jake.
Yeah, it was a 7.
He still beat me, though.
Chronomancy.
What'd you get, Dan?
8.
The funny thing is, I actually rolled 2 different initiatives for each of these creatures because I was like, I'm going to have them fight on different initiatives. They rolled the same number.
gotta love trying to do something good and then it being like, well, dice don't lie.
They tell the story.
The dice tell a story, and we are just
Merely vessels.
acting out. Yes, exactly. Thank you. I lost all my words. Okay, cool.
But don't use
so
them
we're
all
here.
at once. You got to save them for the session.
I only know like 60 words, so it's just the same words circled over and over again.
I think Derek knows
So you
4.
can't learn new ones.
Well, if I learn new ones, I have to get rid of some of my old words. I can only know 60 words. It is my curse. So, which is why I say and I go blank a lot because I forget words all the time. So you guys are at this party right now. I'll describe it a little bit. You're all in the backyard area. You've like found your way here throughout the party. This is like probably 20 and into the night. There's really no end to one of these parties until like everybody leaves, maybe closer to 1 in the morning. You guys are all out in the backyard. And there's like a perimeter of like tables that have like drinks on them. There's was like a flip cup table here in the center. More people are actually hanging out front right now. Back here in the back, it's just kind of like a handful of people. The both of these elementals crashed out of 2 windows from the house above. It's hard to tell like what if they came from different rooms or any of that, but they crash out of 2 windows from up above. They're hovering over you all right now, and we're going to start in with Derek. But before we start fighting, Derek, how do you feel in this moment? How is this party for you? How you feeling?
Yo, my party experience much better than first year. I'm chilling right here with my bad bitch Margot. We're canoodling. We're canoodling.
Well, I had said that you canoodled a little at the party earlier, but up to this point, she's been a little less canoodly. She's hanging out with you, but she's been a little less canoodly at the second half of this party.
That's okay. Yo, Derek knows boundaries, all right? We canoodled. Now we're having our fun. We're drinking our beers. We're having our time. And you know what? That's what I like most about her. She knows there's a time to canoodle, and there's a time to get shitty with it, all right? And we're getting shitty with it. All right, we're both pounding down drinks. All right, we're having ourselves a good old time. But when I see these things, game face comes on. I know that when I see that grass golem, I'm like, I remember when I saw this last time. I came up with the fact that I'm a poet and I'm gonna turn this ass grass into ass.
Cool. What do you do?
Okay, I didn't know if I was allowed to take my turn.
No, yeah, you don't have to take your turn. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm adding some people to the initiative.
I didn't know if we were going to go to all of my boys and, like, see how we're all doing, or if it was, like, a one-by-one.
We're gonna go down, yeah. So
I put my hand...
There are these 2 golems kind of presented in front of, like having just burst out the window in front of you guys.
I'm going to put my hand on Margot and be like, watch your boy in action. I'm about to show you why we canoodled for a reason. And I'm going to reach into my many bags. Not my bag of many things, but my many bags of things. And I'm going to pull out my Morning Star. I am going to cast Hunter's Mark as a bonus action on this ass grass. I'm gonna beat it with my Morning Star.
I always forget that he can Hunter's Mark. Every single session, I'm like, wait a minute, he can Hunter's Mark?
I can Hunter's Mark. What? That's a 23 from the big dog.
Yes, that hits.
Yeah, we're just gonna hit it. Oh, that's not good. That is 10 damage.
10 damage. Okay.
Roll a
That's
4.
still damage.
Roll a 4 and a 1.
Cool. So, hang on. Which one were you doing?
Ass
Which
grass.
one was that? Sorry.
That's ass grass.
There's the grass one. Okay. Great. What do you do next? Do you have another hit? No, you don't have another
Nope,
hit.
I used my bonus action as well.
Okay, cool. Is that it?
That is it from the big dog. Ho, ho, ho.
Great. So up next, you kind of run out and you start attacking this big grass golem. It looks the same as it did before, maybe a little angrier, maybe like a little more feral. But you kind of swing in and you get like a chunk of this grass out. And like I said, there's a handful of people out here in the backyard. But running from kind of, so you were out in the yard, and these two golems are kind of standing in front of the porch. The two of you run, not two of you, I'm sorry, you ran forward to attack them. And then from behind the, sorry, hang on.
You never want to let your domestic grass get out of control, Feral grass is much harder to deal with.
If there's one thing my grandfather taught me, it's you gotta have a nice lawn control, alright? You gotta cut that shit once a week. He picks Saturday, but I always then recut it Sunday. Really maintains a nice yard.
So from behind this this grass golem, you see like you hear kind of like a, and then you just see like really fast a fireball shooting out of this golem, and it creates this kind of like singed hole, and like through the hole in this golem you see her hands kind of like this. Renata, none of you would recognize her, but Jake would, Andre would, as his hall mate and the girl who works at the library, and she has tossed a fireball through this golem.
I wave hello through the hole. I'm like, thanks!
It fails.
How's Renata feeling?
It fails its dex check, and it's going to take a whole lot of damage, actually. So much damage that I'm just going to use a dice roller.
Oh, I don't know if that's a first level.
So we have one more clue in the mystery of what is Renata's class.
I know.
Dude, it's going to be...
Who can cast Fireball? Dan, you know all the rules.
Well, it depends on what level she is.
She could be a wizard. She could be a sorcerer. There's a subtype of cleric that gets Fireball, I think.
Can warlocks learn Fireball? No, right?
I don't think so.
She's a warlock.
So she does an insane amount of damage to this thing. Like you swing forward and get a little bit of damage cut in, and she does a absolutely wild amount of damage. Clearly way more damage than you did. And she kind of looking through the hole is just kind of looks over and gives you a wink, Andre. And that is going to be Andre's turn. Andre, how are you feeling?
He's probably blushing and he's all embarrassed. Yeah, I don't know. I think that would throw anybody off. I haven't seen her fight before, so Fireball, I'm like, oh shit, she's fucking badass. Andre's got a big crush right now, and he's going to cast Mage Armor.
Nice.
And he's gonna move.
She is so cool. Mage Armor.
I mean, she looks like she can handle herself. I'm just gonna make sure I don't die real quick.
What does your Mage Armor look like?
There's just this magical aura that comes out from the ring that just goes over me, and it looks like a knight, like a royal family's kind of armor, but it's kind of spectral all around me. So it's not weighing me down, but you can kind of see it.
Oh, that's sick.
Love me
it's got
some
the family
plate.
Yeah, family crest right in the middle and everything. And I'm just gonna walk. How far away am I from the grass golem?
How far away are you from it? It's 30 feet away from you guys.
All right, I'll take another 30 feet away from it.
Into
the house.
Yeah, into the you're backing up into the There's there's no real fence, but you will if you back up far enough, you'll just go back to the school. It's
I mean, I'm still gonna take. I'll go to the edge of the woods. I don't really care. I just want to make it so it won't hit me.
Oh right, these aren't the woods.
Cool.
These are just woods.
Yeah, I have a lot. I have a lot of range on my spell, so I'm cool with being far away from it.
dope.
As long as we're in the lowercase W woods, not the uppercase W woods.
Yeah,
we should be okay.
We don't want to be
like
in
I
the
said,
woods.
Like I said, there's kind of a man-made woods between this house and the school.
Yeah.
Cool. So is that what you do? Is that your whole? Is that your whole turn?
That's my turn.
Okay, cool. Can you give me a D100 roll?
Yeah.
But Tess, what's this all
So,
about?
as a reminder, Andre, before this fight popped off, drank a little. It was a small, kind of ornate-looking bottle that had like a colorful liquid in it. You can tell me what color you think the liquid was. It doesn't really matter to me. And when he drank it, it made him feel absolutely incredible, like so good. And Andre received 18 temporary hit points. But I need you to make me a D100 roll.
I got a 15.
Got a 15.
And I'm gonna go with, it was like a deep, like, crimson-y red. That's what the drink was.
Ooh. That definitely seems like something Andre would drink. Like a nice, like, crimson-y red beverage. Ooh.
So as you cast mage armor, you get like a weird kind of like indigestion feeling, a little, like maybe not indigestion. You get like a weird kind of like when you drink too much liquid and you feel like liquid nauseous, if you know what I mean. Like you can kind of hear
Bloated?
the liquid sloshing around in your body. Like you have that feeling as you cast mage armor on yourself. Nothing happens yet, but that's what you feel. Cool. That is going to be so from where you were chilling, Derek, kind of probably over with some people. Like we said, you were hanging out with Margot. From where you're hanging out from, so like behind your back, over your shoulder, you feel this incredible heat, like go over, like kind of through your head, like, your shoulder space like this, as a eldritch blast rings out and hits the water elemental.
Did I just throw a football? Did I just throw a fucking bullet?
Was that edgy warlock dude or a different warlock? Trick question. They're all edgy warlocks.
All warlocks are edgy.
If you guys turn around and look to where that blast came from, you see Margot.
Babe,
cool.
you're a fucking legend.
She kind of like looks cool, and then as she says "babe," grimaces. It's like, and she does a little bit of damage, but it's the first damage that the water elemental has seen. Cool. That is going to be Garth's turn.
Garth has been off his rhythm all night. He couldn't really quite find the time to like spend time with Lash the way he wanted to. He was not smooth at all when trying to keep an eye on these hippy dippy drug dealers. It's like he's been he's felt out of step all evening. He was kind of a little anxious about coming and partying with a bunch of kids anyway. But as soon as these two forces of nature burst out of the window, I think he reacts a little bit the way that one might react at the moment that a song you don't like ends and the song you like comes on.
Yeah.
And he is ready to get into the rhythm. And so he is going to charge up right next to his new battle companion, Derek Michael Johnson. And as he runs, anyone looking closely could see his pupils dilating and his muscles begin to fill with the tension of potential. And he rages with a bonus action and then takes a two-handed swing with his longsword.
That's the type of teammate I like.
With a 22 to hit, I think that'll do.
Cool.
For 12 points of slashing damage.
For 12 points of slashing damage? To which one?
Yeah.
You said the water?
Yeah, the grass guy. He wants to...
Grass guy. Got it. Okay.
Present a united front in melee against this grassy foe.
Great. Awesome. Cool. Is that your turn?
That is... Yep. Movement bonus action. I've got nothing left.
That is going to be the grass golem's turn.
Mr.
It is going to... Yeah, Mr. Ass.
Mr. Ass.
Please, Mr. Ass was my father.
You just want to be called ass?
Ass.
Ass, stop.
Cool, sorry, give me a
You
second.
don't have the rights for that,
Okay, cool.
Bert. Come on.
I'm sorry,
It's going
sorry.
to-
I say it too well. I say it way too well. I don't want to copyright.
Exactly. Cool. This thing is going to swing down first at you, Derek.
Cool.
It's going to get a 23 to hit.
That will do it. That'll do it.
Ooh,
I'm going to use my reaction to take a swing at it, thanks to the Sentinel feat.
great.
Does a 17 hit?
17 is going to hit.
Let's
Nice.
go.
Derek, you're only going to take really not that bad. 8 points of damage on the first on the first hit. Dan, how much damage do you do to it?
8.
8. Cool. Trade some damage. Cool. And then it's going to swing down on you, Derek.
With
not Derek. I'm sorry, Garth.
with disadvantage.
Swing on Garth with disadvantage?
Yes, because I'm gonna protect him with my shield.
Okay. It is going to get a 19 to hit.
With disadvantage, yeah, 19 still hits.
Yeah, with disadvantage.
Damn
Cool.
it.
You're gonna take. You're gonna take 13 points of damage from that hit.
6 points of damage.
13. Oh, because you're halved. Great. And Andre, you've backed up, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. This water elemental is going to swing down at each of you. Derek, it's going to get a 16 to hit.
Misses.
Okay, cool. It's
I
going to
had
swing
to
at
look.
Garth.
That's close.
It's going to swing at Garth. It's going to get a 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
Okay, cool. You're going to take, not that bad. It's only going to be 9 points of damage.
4 points of damage.
Cool. Those things are going to swing down. And then, finally, running out also from, like, the side yard, just kind of having heard a little bit of commotion, running out, kind of rounding a corner, you see Lash, who is going to kind of get a look in her eye, and immediately she's going to rage. She's going to first rage, and then what she's going to do... she's going to rage, and then she's going to run up to... Hang on, sorry.
I'm very excited to see her in action.
It's like some Avengers shit. They're just like getting the whole crew together.
This is the scene from Endgame, spoilers alerts, where like all the girls
Oh my god, come on.
where all the girls show up and are just super badass. It's just like do.
Yes,
And they
that one
click-
15-second clip.
Dude, it was such a nice moment though.
Happy International Women's Day, everybody. That's what you get.
It was such a good moment. It was such a cool moment when all the girls show up in that fight.
Oh, that's very funny.
And they just look down at Spider-Man, who's like shriveled on the ground.
She's going to first rage, but then after she rages, she is going to kind of like, through her kind of like fighting prowess, so there's like a magical aura is going to like kind of buff it off of her and kind of wave and hit the two elementals. They have to make some saving throws. One of them fails. Both of them fail, and each of them are baned.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What
That
the-
is going to be back up to Derek. But actually, before we get back to Derek, I didn't ask you, Garth. Garth, how's Garth feeling?
Oh, I did that narration.
You did that. You
even
did
though
that,
you
right?
didn't ask me.
Right.
You know.
Sorry, I've been I thank you for doing that.
Just wanted
I've been
to
a little
take, you know,
distracted.
He's a professional.
All good. I
He is
didn't
a
want to say
professional.
that, but thank you, Bert.
I got you, brother.
That's back up to Derek. Derek, what are you doing?
I quickly try to high five Garth, but if he doesn't reciprocate quickly enough, I'm just gonna ignore it and hit the grass golem with my hammer. Do you reciprocate in this motion, Garth?
Can Can I tell it's a high five in battle? You've got a Morning Star and shield. What are you talking about?
Oh, true. There's no way I can high five. Never mind.
High shield.
High shield.
He goes to chest bump.
I elbow the shield.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. That's my dog. That's a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Come on, more damage this time. I wanna. You know what? Divine Smite.
Nice.
I want to be the one that kills this thing so bad. $31 damage?
31 damage. Oh, yeah. You did 31 points of damage?
Yeah, because I Divine Smite, Hunter's Mark, Morningstar. And I rolled
Okay.
I rolled 3 7s.
Incredible.
It's still up, but it looks incredibly hurt. Incredibly hurt.
Oh, damn it.
Cool.
Then
Your...
if I don't kill it, I then look to my boy and I go, teamwork make the dream work. Finish him!
Cool. Is that your whole turn?
Yeah.
Dope. So next, from behind it, the grass had kind of pieced itself together after the first fireball, but you see another like blast of fire. But this one is not a fireball. She's gonna kind of angle it upwards though, so you see like a lot of fire coming off like the back of its head, so that it's not going to affect anybody who's straight out in front of it, because it's a cone, 15-foot cone of fire, kind of going up toward this thing's large head.
What aim? What precision?
It is going to fail and take a whole bunch of fire damage. It's dead. She kills the grass golem.
Is this golem tall enough that I can look between its legs?
No, but it does kind of fall into like grass pieces around you as it's killed.
Okay, then I
But
want
you have a sense of its ass, right? That's what you really want, right?
How'd you know where I was going, brother?
I had a hunch.
I need to know that it is completely canon. I stomp on its ass. Wherever I think its ass might be in the falling grass, I stomp its ass.
Basically, it's just a bunch of grass pieces like flitter to the ground, and you kind of stomp at pieces you think were to be the pieces that were ass pieces.
Yeah, fuck that grass ass.
Cool. That's gonna be Andre's turn. You just watched Renata fucking kill this grass golem.
I'm going to move my 30 feet back, because of course the one spell I want to use does not have a 60-foot range. And I'm gonna...
Wait, by back, do you mean forward?
Yeah, forward, back I meant back towards the... I guess the elemental is left now.
And you're running, yeah?
Well, I have 30 feet, so... Yeah, I guess.
That's
I'm
what
not
30
using,
feet
I'm not
running.
using my action.
No, that's fine. Okay, do your thing, and then
Okay, and then I cast... Oh no! I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt on it. So there's like blue crackling energy.
So there's just this water one left.
Yeah, this blue crackling energy kind of starts to form in my ring, and oh, that sucks. 10 probably doesn't hit.
Say 10?
Yeah.
10 does not hit. No.
Oh no,
and it kind of just like fizzles out of my ring after trying to cast it, and then that's my turn.
Okay, cool. So, before we wrap your turn up, as you run over and you try to cast this out, maybe what, like, feels weird is that, like, you feel kind of sick still. Like, you feel, like, bloated and water, like, sloshing around in your stomach. And as you cast this out, you kind of double over because you feel incredibly nauseous, but also, like, you're starting to feel like pain, and you manage to you kind of double over and you spit up a little bit, but it's like liquid, but the liquid falls out of your mouth and it's a lot of water. It's like almost clear, like a lot of water. And the water doesn't just like fall onto the ground, it starts forming in front of you, and in front of you is another water elemental that you've just spit up.
Oh, it's so gross and awesome.
Yeah. And I'm going to need you to make me another D100 roll.
Oh.
57.
57. Okay.
It's my favorite number.
Is it?
Yeah, because I used to love 5 and I used to love 7, but I couldn't get those numbers for my jersey number, so I was like, fuck it, 57.
Are you trying to get that Heinz sponsorship, bro?
Yo, Meal Energy, Heinz ketchup.
Your balanced diet from Bertperson.
Solid.
You in fact, you actually feel fine. For right now.
I was gonna say, that's almost more nerve-wracking.
I'm fine.
You're doing great, bro!
That is going to be Margot's turn, who's going to do the same thing and hurl out a Eldritch Blast, which she hits the water elemental. The first one. The second one hasn't really done anything yet. It's just kind of here.
Is it smaller?
It looks a little different. It does actually look a little different than the other one. She is going to do... Oh, I'm rolling the wrong die. Yeah, she does a decent chunk of damage to this water elemental. She's the only one who's done any damage to it. And then that is going to be Garth's turn.
All right. Well, pretty soon she won't be the only one who's done damage to it, because I'm going to attack this water elemental recklessly. Garth thinks about all the effort he spent trying to get that crystal the first time, and he's told himself he was over it. He's not really over it. I'm gonna roll a hit. Is an 18 hit?
An 18 is going to hit, yes.
Okay, cool. Because I was a 10 and a 13 on the die. Not great, but pretty cool. Only 7 points of slashing damage with my sword. But like I said, he's just really frustrated with this water elemental, and so he's going to burn a key point and do a flurry of blows, also recklessly.
Sorry, how much damage did you just do?
8 on the first swing. Okay, a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
On that first unarmed strike, and I'll just do the other one as well. Oh, so close. An 18 and a 19, so a 24 to hit on the second swing.
A 24 is going to hit.
So those two unarmed strikes, I think one's a punch and one's a kick, probably. That's going to be 13 more points of damage.
Hell
cool.
yeah.
Cool, that's a good chunk.
I'd have you as a kicker
great.
on my team, bro.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, that is my turn.
Great. That is going to be the water elemental's turn. It is going to swing down at you first, Derek.
Okie dokie.
Gets a nat 20.
I'm going to use my reaction to swing at it.
Are you chrono
Give me my damage first. It got a nat 20.
It actually has to swing again because that just kind of happened in its mind, but wasn't part of reality. None of that actually happened.
Damn it, Jacob! I can't crit on you guys. That is going to be a 15 to hit.
That misses.
Sorry, actually, it's a 16, but I think that misses too.
That still misses.
This thing kind of like misses in this moment of deja vu, and it's like, And it's going to try to swing at you again, Derek, for being so mad.
A 14 doesn't hit it, right?
14 does not hit it, no.
Oh, this is
Actually, sorry, it's Andre, how close are you now?
30 feet away.
You're 30 feet away. Okay, cool. So it's not gonna hit you, but it's gonna hit Derek. It's not gonna hit again. It swings and misses on you twice, Derek.
little dude, you're the man!
Now you know what it feels like to do nothing in a turn.
Was that Jake or Andre saying that?
That was Jake.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm playing PCs, I always hit. So this is a weird feeling for me. Okay, cool. So Lash is gonna run up to the water elemental, and she's gonna whip out 2 swords, and she's gonna swing at it with Reckless. She's going to hit, and she's gonna do some damage.
What's her fighting style?
I don't think we get to know that, do we?
Or
Or
you mechanically. I mean, like, what's it look like?
She kind of swinging with both swords, but kind of like in a very beautiful way.
Ooh.
A sword dancer.
The Dancer of Swords! I've only heard legend of such moves.
I am the sword of the dance, said he. Okay, cool. So that actually is going to be this water elemental that Andre spit up turn. Spits up.
Spat?
Spit it up.
Spat? Spit? Let us know in the comments.
That Andre puked. This thing is gonna. It kind of looks like a smaller, like gremlin version of a water elemental. And it's like. And it looks like it's gonna who do I want to attack? And then it looks at the water elemental, and then it just dives right into it. And you see this water elemental, like all of the places that you wound it, it kind of stitches up and like heals itself back together. Not fully, but like in a nice way.
Oh my god!
It looks up and just goes, "Dad."
Oh my god! That's insane!
This thing is like, it's big again. That is going to be back to Derek.
Yeah, I mean, third verse, same as second and first, right? Morningstar! I'm gonna use a luck point.
Okay.
That is a natural 19 for a 26 to hit.
26 hits.
How? Oh, it just got healed, so it probably doesn't look too hurt, does it?
It looks hardy. It looks real hardy right now. It looks like proud of itself too.
Okay, so then I'm not gonna use my last divine smite here. But that is 15 damage.
15 damage, yeah. Cool. That it feels that. I mean, doesn't like that.
That's my turn.
That is gonna be. Is that your turn?
That's my
That
turn.
is gonna be back to Renata, who is gonna do the same thing she did last time and cast kind of up at an angle another burning hands at this, because she likes a little bit of fire.
I'm trying to think, like, she's
gonna hit.
She might just have, like, does she have any items on her? Okay.
Cool. She does a nice chunk of damage to it. And that is going to be Andre's turn.
I'm going to cast Tasha's Mind Whip at it, so it has to make an intelligence saving throw. He's gonna like this like energy comes out of the ring, and he kind of rears it back and it just cracks throughout the entire backyard, and it just smacks this thing in the head. And that's
it gets a nat 1, so
haha. It
What
takes
is Tasha's Mind Whip?
3d6 psychic damage, and on its next turn, it must choose whether it gets a move, an action, or a bonus action. It only gets one of the three.
Ooh, that's
And
huge.
you take 6 points of... That's such a bummer. 6 points of psychic damage.
Wow, that's a rough roll.
If you want for me for free, you can make a perception check.
Oh. Well, if it's free, it's not good. Perception is a 6.
Oh, you see nothing.
Great job, dude!
Yeah, all you see is Derek very excited for you. That is going to be Margot's turn, who, easiest is still the warlocks tend to do the one thing. And she's casting
Just because my girl only does one thing, it's kind of why I like it, because I also only do one thing.
Oh, man.
Those warlocks are only ever after the one thing.
She does an extremely little amount of damage to it this past time. She
It's
hits,
okay.
but it's really not.
So did I on my first turn.
Not that bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Cool. That is going to be Garth. Your turn.
All right, I'm gonna bring out the big boy for this roll, and I'm gonna attack recklessly again. Fuck it. That's a nat 20.
Hey.
There's my guy!
And what's awesome about being a half-orc, I haven't yet gotten to do this on the stream, but when you're a half-orc, you have this feature where you can roll an additional damage die on top of the crit damage. So I'm going to be rolling 3d10 plus 5 for this crit. Let's hope it's not disappointing.
So much hype. Oh.
That is going to be... let me just check the math. 29 points of damage.
29 points of damage. Cool.
That's my one swing.
It's still up.
And I guess I will use my bonus action to just take a regular unarmed strike.
Crit again.
I would love another crit right now. Wouldn't that be something?
I was going to say, I love it on
Crit,
strap.
Only a 19 to hit on that second hit. Does that do it?
That hits, yeah.
Cool. So that's going to be an additional 7 points of bludge.
Cool. This thing is still up, but it definitely looks really, really hurt. Decently hurt. It had all that confidence. One round to go, and it's all gone. But it is its turn. It is going to swing down at you, Garth, recklessly. Because
I'm gonna use protection.
What
Always
does that
use
do?
protection.
Disadvantage?
It's gonna flatten out the roll.
I flatten it.
Okay, that's it's gonna whiff with an at 1. It's going to swing out again at Garth because it really would like to hit you, and it gets an 18 to hit.
That hits.
It has a multi-attack.
Give it to me.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
multi-attacking.
it's
I didn't know if they were bonus actions last time.
Oh, that's true.
it has a multi-attack. Yeah. You're only gonna take 7 points of damage though.
So
As it.
So 3.
4 points of damage, 3 points of damage.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. That is going to be, that's its entire turn, so that's going to be Lash, who's going to swing out at it recklessly.
Yes.
Yep, is definitely going to hit.
That protection is so key when we're both in melee.
And Lash kills it.
Oh.
That's what's up! Before
I want it to be noted that none of my girls missed, and 2 of them killed these beasts. So...
Oh, I told
Happy
you!
International Women's Day.
Happy International.
Guys, it's
Happy
the
International
endgame
Women's
scene.
Day.
It's the endgame scene, okay? Freaking, they just came in,
Yep.
kicked
Yep.
ass, grass is no more. With this ending, I want to go grab the gem from the grass golem.
They're big hunks of crystal, but sure, you're welcome to.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab the grass one, and I'm gonna like kind of nudge Garth to like just start moving over to the water one.
Okay, cool. So you go for the grass one.
But of course, I take a moment to admire Lash's blade work.
I literally go and grab the grass one, and I hold it above my head like a trophy when I've just won the big game, and I'm just like, and then I put it in my bag.
There's a bit of a kerfuffle kind of around you guys right now, though, as people are like, whoa, what just happened? No way, dude! What do you guys do in this moment?
As soon as I grab the crystal and secure it, I bound up to... I mean, I'm still, like, hyped up. I would like to basically jump or climb up onto the second level and, like, back into one of the windows.
You want to climb up the side of the house instead of going up the stairs. Is that what you're saying to me?
Yeah. I think in the moment, that's what it would be like.
Okay, you can roll me a athletics check with disadvantage.
With disadvantage, even though I'm still, pumped up? It doesn't even flatten it out?
Can I give him the help action by, like, supporting his feet? To make it not disadvantage?
No.
Okay. Then I'm still cheering myself on.
I feel like you're penalizing me for something cool here, but it's cool. It's fine. It's fine. I rolled a 15 and a 19, so that means my that's going to be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
With the +2 from rage?
I don't have the plus no.
It's a strength
check. So with a dirty 20, he's not raging anymore.
We decided that moment was over and I wasn't even ready to do a cool strong thing, but it's fine. I got a dirty 20. It's fine.
Yeah, Dan, you took 6 seconds to get a crystal off the floor, and then you ran over to. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. 6 seconds goes by faster than you all think it does. So you jump up onto the side of this building and you go to climb up. It doesn't have like an easy like that's why it has disadvantage. You have to kind of like climb up the gutter and like maneuver off of. So this is a flat house. This is the side of a house. So you're able to climb up, and as you're kind of like pulling yourself up to the window, you can make me a perception check.
Dope.
While this is going on, I secure the grass column gem stone thing into my bag of key items.
You put it in your bag. Okay, cool. The two on the floor, you're welcome to make me perception checks if you'd like.
Sure.
30-20.
I heard Jake say 30-20, and I was like,
he adds a lot. He adds a lot to that roll. I rolled a 16.
Okay, cool. 16, dirty 20, and then Dan, what'd you get?
10.
A 10. Okay, cool. With a 10, you pull yourself up to the window, and what you're looking in, you see a bedroom that it seems like there are like beer cans and stuff, like people were just sitting in here, though it is kind of empty as the door closes, though, because you can kind of see like the door on the other side of this room go close as somebody leaves this room. And as they leave this room, you don't see who this person is or what they look like, but you see their bag swinging as their bag kind of swings forward toward them, with the momentum. And in this slow motion moment, you feel like you see popping out of the top of this bag looks like a jagged red piece of crystal.
Cool. I would like to leap towards the door and open it. And catch
you pull. Okay, well, I said that you got here to where you were. You pull yourself up more. You get in, and as you open the door,
40 feet of movement speed.
40 feet of movement speed. As you open the door, this like hallway area, it's like a U-shaped area that the stairs go up to, full of people. Absolutely full of people, mobbed. The line for the bathroom wraps around up here and goes down the stairs a bit, so it's hard. There's just lots of people. Right?
Why can no one ever hold their liquor?
Yeah, I don't understand why.
Cool. Back down on the ground with a 16 perception. Derek, you don't really see anything major, anything weird. you kind of are just kind of looking around. You do see Margot kind of run up to you, and she kind of like is like, "Look at you! Who knew you could actually fight? I thought you were just pretty."
Yo, I was literally. I mean, I knew you were pretty, and I knew you were a badass. But did you see the shit you were doing? And I just give her one of those big hugs that and like kind of pick her up. She's shorter than me, right?
She is shorter than you, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll pick her up and give her one of those like spinning hugs where her feet kind of dangle, and I'm just kind of like doing the gentle back and forth, and then I'll just put her down very gently after like 3 seconds of that, because I know she doesn't like too much PDA.
Okay, there's so much of what you just said. So you like pick her up and you swing her around, and as you're doing that, she's like, "Oh my god, stop!" And you put her down, and she seems like she's like she's blushing a little bit, and she kind of looks down, and then she kind of like straightens herself out, and she is gonna look at you and be like, "So, did you want to come back to my place, or am I gonna invite you to mine, or are you gonna invite me to yours?"
And then Derek is going to get really blushed, like his pale face turns really, really red in the cheeks, but he composes himself and goes, "There is nothing that I would love more than to continue spending an amazing time with an amazingly beautiful girl who is an amazingly beautiful personality. However, I'd like to take you on a proper date first, and then smash town at my place or your place, whichever you prefer. But proper date first. Proper date first. I was raised by my granny, and she would be very upset if I ever tried anything more than just a little bit of canoodling on the first date."
You can't go to Smash Town without driving through Dateville first.
Dude,
the rule.
I mean, in Flavor Town is right over the hills.
Flavor Town.
Yeah, so she's gonna kind of like nod, and she like puts a hand on your chest, and then she looks over your shoulder real quick, and she looks back at you, and she's like, "That sounds nice. Here's my number." And she like reaches into your pocket, takes out your phone, and like types her phone number into it, and hands it back to you, and is like, "I hope I don't just see you at work." And she's gonna walk away.
I grab her hand before she can get too far away, and I do that like I try to do that dramatic thing where you pull them close, and I'm gonna like just kiss her on the cheek and be like, "Promise I won't," and then just let her go.
Okay, cute. That's really cute. I'm blushing.
Dude,
cool.
Derek might be a jock, but he's got manners.
Cool. Andre, you're standing here in this moment. You said you got a dirty 20 on your perception, yeah? As you're standing here, you're kind of like maybe hearing this conversation in the periphery. You kind of are like you can see a little bit more, like you're looking out at the crowd, and you see kind of a group of people who look like you've seen them around before. They're kind of broody and emo. They're going to kind of round a corner, look really quick at what seems like you and maybe Derek, and then they're going to quickly look away, and they're just going to go off, and you don't see them as they round the other side of the house.
Okay, I'll remember that for later, but in the chaos of the aftermath of this fight, can I try to sneak? Well, I guess my first question would be, where the drink table, was that destroyed?
Yeah, with a dirty 20, you go over and you see there, like, since you took a drink, a lot of the drinks are gone and taken, and stuff, but it does seem like there's, like, it's not destroyed.
So I would like to slip away over there unnoticed, and then I want to try to, like, pocket a couple of the drinks that I took.
Roll me a stealth check.
13.
13, okay. Hang on.
While this is all going on, I'm looking at my phone, checking to make sure it's an actually real number, because I really do want this to go well. And in her name, I put like a little heart at the end of her name.
She already put herself in your phone as Hottie, so. So, Andre, you go over to the table. You do your best to sneak over there. Nobody seems to bother you or follow you or really notice you as you actually walk over there, despite the fact that you kind of rolled bad.
Thanks.
You know what? Sometimes your DM rolls worse.
We could have done without that part. Where you say how bad my rolling was.
I mean, could we? You know me. You've known me for almost a year now. Is that something I would have let go?
It doesn't make it hurt less.
The audience is gonna think that you really don't like me. So you go over to the table and you go to try to take a couple of these drinks. Why don't you roll me just like a luck check?
Oh shit! I tossed that thing. 5.
5. Okay, with a 5, there's 1 drink left that you can take.
That's cool. I'll take it.
Cool. You pocket. They're small bottles. They're actually, I think my dice thing is good. They're like this size,
like a pre-made shot.
Branding.
Like a pre-made shot kind of thing.
It kind of. They look like a nip, but instead of it being like little liquor bottle shaped, it looks like, if you've ever been to Michael's, they sell these like tiny like ornate looking bottles, and it looks like it's in like a small little ornate looking bottle with a little like cork plug on the top, and like has kind of like flowers on the inside, and it's cool looking. Cool. You pocket one of those. Do you do anything? As you pocket one of those, standing kind of over you, like quickly get that into your pocket, and you turn around, and standing right by you is Renata, and she's like, "Are you stealing that from the party? Did you bring those or?"
It's like a goodie bag. Isn't that what they do at parties? They give you something to leave with.
Honestly, I truly don't care about anybody here, so I'm just trying to razz you a little bit. What is that? I saw this earlier, and I thought to drink one, and then I didn't. It seems like you kind of threw up, though, so maybe good thing I didn't.
Probably. That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's why I'm taking it. It felt weird after I drank it. Not like how it normally does after you drink something alcoholic. It felt magically weird. So I want to figure out what this is.
Interesting. Can I see it?
Yeah. And I'll hand it to her.
She kind of looks at it for a second and is like, wait, I'm not really joking anymore. Did you bring this?
No.
And she starts looking around, and she's like, this looks oddly familiar to something that I read about in one of my books, and I don't know why it would be here. And if it is here, God, what does it mean? Do you mind if I hold on to this?
No. I guess not. I'm curious, though, does it have anything to... This is gonna sound weird. Maybe out of the ordinary. Does it have anything to do with Fae magic?
She kind of stiffens up a little bit and is like, you have to keep your voice down. Don't talk about that super loud. But she nods. She goes, look, there's a whole lot I would like to tell you because you seem oddly fascinating, and let's be honest, I've seen you in a towel, so I am a little interested. How about this? And she is going to write her phone number down on she carries a little notebook around with her. She's going to write it down on a piece of paper and rip it out. She's going to pass it to you, and she's like, text me, because I think that we should meet up somewhere that's not on campus and talk about this. And you should bring your friends that you were just fighting with, because like it or not, they're involved as well.
Emphasis on the not part of that.
And she chuckles and kind of agrees with you there.
Yeah, okay.
Cut to
Is it weird if
Derek
I bring my
still
sister?
cheering.
She's also kind of involved in this.
Your sister? Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. That's probably fine.
Okay. I'm gonna run away now before anyone notices that I stole stuff.
Technically, I'm the one stealing it now, and she like flips the bottle and puts it in. She has like kind of like cool like holsters on her, those like straps that hold things on her legs, and she like puts it in one of those like holster bags. And
cool.
she's gonna kind of wink at you and is like, I'm gonna run away too now because I called you attractive and I'm nervous, and she's gonna turn on her heel and run away. Like full sprint, just run away. Cool. Does anybody else do anything else here at the party?
Back to the moment where I see a hallway full of people.
Yes, yeah, we can.
Cool.
What's going on with you?
Because I hate to do this, but I don't really hate to do it, but I know that I keep making this joke about how Garth's not a narc. I keep making this joke about how Garth's not a narc, but I think he is going to shout, "Freeze, everybody!" And I'll roll intimidation.
Garth is a narc. What are you talking about?
Now, here's the thing. He is watching out to see... He's looking for this backpack. Hopefully...
It's not a backpack. It was a purse.
Oh, he's looking for the... Thank you. He's looking for this purse. Hopefully, even if he just see who is moving, or if something, he wants to try to get everyone to stop moving for a second. So hopefully that person who's getting away gets natural 20.
Nice.
Oh, cool. So what did you say?
Freeze.
Freeze! As you say this, everybody kind of everybody's like, it is so loud up here right now as people are talking and screaming over each other, and they're like, I don't know what to say anymore. I thought that he liked me, and then somebody else in another corner is like, and then I did her in that room right there. It's just madness. And as you shout freeze, everybody kind of and then everybody sits down cross-legged. You get everybody in this vicinity to sit down cross-legged.
Dope. Can I see the purse that I saw, or does it look like anybody kept going after I shouted that out?
Yeah. Okay. You can roll me a perception check, but with advantage, as you've kind of done this. Yeah.
Thank you.
No.
11.
11. Okay, with an 11, you tell everybody to freeze. Everybody sits down in this moment, and they're looking at you horrified right now, because you are clearly to them a cop. And how did you get up on the second floor? Nobody knows. But you are clearly a cop. And they're all kind of murmuring, "Here's a fucking cop." And everybody's sitting, and you kind of take a moment and you look around real quick, and you it's one of those things of you just looked somewhere else before you looked the place that you should have been looking. And you turn and you see at the bottom of the stairs somebody running away. And you see, again, their back, their ass, and that purse kind of trailing behind them.
Cool. I clock what details I can, and then immediately, just I imagine I didn't even have to step that far, back into the room and out the window.
You step into the room and out the window, and before you jump out the window, you hear someone go, are we free to go? Or and someone goes, nah, man, if there's one, there's more. Cops! And now the whole party is going crazy, and everybody's like, no, scatter! And running in different directions. You have caused utter madness.
Well played, Tess. Well played.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw as you jump out the window. The other two you hear but don't see. Everybody go, cops!
And then Garth just barreling out a window.
Garth, Bob, barrel rolling out of a window.
If I see him coming out, can I try to catch him?
Hang on, let's see what he gets.
Well, can we hear the answer to that question first?
Well, no, you tell me first, and then I'll tell you if it's so bad that...
You show me yours, and I'll show you mine.
All right, well, I rolled the natural 1, so...
Okay,
yeah, so please let me try to help catch this.
Okay. I want you to roll me first an athletics check to see if you can do this, Derek.
Okay, 100% willing to do this. Because I definitely... If I see one of my bros coming out of the second story, I would even drop a singular bag. Not all 6, but I would drop a bag to go help
Roll
them.
me your check, okay?
That is the 6th rule in the bro code. Is that if your bro falls out of a second-story window, you have to drop your bags and go catch
You gotta drop a bag! I rolled a 25 athletics check.
You rolled a 25 athletics check. Okay, cool. With a 25, you run over and you are able to catch Garth. But Garth was he went to roll out the window and he got his foot caught and he fell face first on the side of the building and then flipped out. Garth, you're gonna take 7 points of damage as you've really bungled this. Derek, you help him out. You've made the damage lower, but you're going to take 3 points of damage as you get, like, kicked in the face as he falls down on top of you.
I'm going to use my stone's endurance to not take damage.
And Andre, you look over and you see your two friends, like, very unsubtly, like, one of them falling out of a window and the other one being like, I got you, bro!
He slams down into Derek, goes, there's a red one! There's a red one! And he's just, like, trying to get up and, like, look around. And, like,
I assume I catch you upside... I assume I catch you upside down.
You catch him kind of at, like, an angle where you have, like, a hand between his legs, and, like, it's that moment where, like, you're trying to get out of his arms, but he's trying to hold you better, and the two of you are just, like, wrestling with each other a little bit. If you guys have seen the episode of The Office where Michael drives his car into the lake and Dwight tries to save him, and they just both end up, like, kerfuffling over each other, it's exactly like that. Yeah. What are people doing in this moment as everybody is sprinting everywhere and saying, "Cut!"
I really want to try to find this purse.
I'm gonna run over to the other two, and I'm gonna say, I have a lead, but we need to go.
Well,
Let's go.
Garth just said red one.
Do you have any leads on where it went?
He's just frantically looking around at all the people who are, like, streaming past.
Masses of people just running all in different directions.
Derek, I think we've lost Garth. I need you to grab him. We need to leave here.
Okay, I fireman carry Garth, and we start running.
Absolutely do not.
Well, you're already in my arms.
I got out of your arms to go find this purse.
Out of your arms.
Alright, fine.
You gotta, if you want to roll, if any of you guys wants to roll me a perception check, you're welcome to do that with disadvantage, as everybody, this mayhem is just all around you.
Ooh, that's not bad. 18.
12?
9.
Yeah, two of you don't really see anything besides people just everywhere running off in many, many different directions. Andre, you're kind of like, you're looking around at all these people running, and you don't necessarily see the people of interest, but you see a lack of them. Like, there's a lot of people running around all from these different directions, but you don't see any of those broody emo type doing any of that. They're gone.
I mean, I don't know where to find them, so I just want to run away for a little bit until I can get some space between us and the house, and then I want to, and then I guess we need to have a meeting between the three of us, so once we calm Garth down, unless you want to do something before.
I did want to check in with Lash and congratulate her on killing the thing.
Okay.
You can't really,
I
you miss
find her
Lash.
tomorrow, that's fine.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I was too busy following the mission.
Do you all
Always
meet up
my
on the
flaw.
path?
Okay.
Because, like I said, there's a path, a wooded path, kind of behind the dorm area and like all the way to Tawny's house. So, do you guys meet up on this path somewhere? Where are you meeting?
Well,
I
I'm
feel like
with
that's
Andre,
where most people
right?
were gonna go. Yeah, I feel like that's where most people were gonna go, like run back to campus. So I want to run in the opposite direction.
Away from campus?
I suggest let's go to my house.
I guess it's as good a place as any. I don't want to go too far though, because I do have to text.
So Andre and I will take the motorcycle there and then wait for you to walk 10 miles. Is that what you're
Listen,
suggesting?
we're in a rush. I'll just do 20 miles tomorrow. Oh, I can't believe I just said I'd skip a workout. Oh my god. What is wrong with me?
Hold on, let's hold on, let me text. So I'm gonna text Renata.
Andre, you can roll me an insight check if you'd like.
18.
18. You could absolutely go to Derek's house. You'd probably be a little, tight and squeezy here on the motorcycle. But with your 18, you also have the thought of like Odette has a personal driver. If you text her, she can maybe send her driver over. Or across the street from your campus, like across kind of like a highway. What are they called? They're like a residential highway almost. Like it's like a highway, but kind of right on. Across that is Walmart.
Oh. Okay. Let's go to the Walmart. I don't know.
I mean, isn't that...
I don't know. I just wanted to. All I really want to do is text Renata to see where she wants us to meet?
So what do you text Renata?
I say, where are we meeting you?
Renata's gonna text you back. Not right away. You like see like dots. They're gone. Dots. They're gone. That happens a couple times, and then you get a text that says, "Need to meet you tomorrow. Kind of tired and a little drunk."
That's fair.
Is there a diner nearby?
Because again, it's like 2 a.m. Yes, there is a diner nearby.
That's where we go.
I feel my tummy and I'm like, I can eat like 3 or 4 chickens.
Let's go to the diner.
I'm down for the diner. How far away is the diner?
Cool.
So I imagine the motorcycle configuration is Garth in the driver's seat, and then Derek sitting behind him, and then Andre on Derek's shoulders. Is that how that goes? I don't know.
Shoulders? I don't know about that.
Do you not have
sidecar?
Did you have no sidecar?
There's no sidecar. That's not a tactical thing. It's a fucking sidecar.
It'd be useful in moments like this.
Garth was not a member of a party until a few sessions ago.
That's
Is there Death's driver? Will Death's driver take us? Can I call him?
You don't have his number directly. You don't. It's not Reginald. You don't have his number directly. You'd have to contact her first.
Oh God.
That's not a good idea.
There's a diner in town, which is like, town is maybe like I think 2 miles from campus. It's pretty close. Your campus isn't like right on the strip of Main Street where there are stores, but there's a town like 2 miles away.
I mean, if we're gonna walk 2 miles, we might as well walk 10 to home, right?
Let's ride to the.
Okay, fine. I could go for diner food.
All of you make me a dex check to see if we can fit 3 people deep on this motorcycle.
18. That's my third 18 in a row.
Wow. Is it the Turkish drink?
Flat deck is a 13.
It's making all.
I also
13.
rolled a 13.
Jumbling up all the numbers. I can't decipher what they actually are.
With 3 13s, you guys actually can ride on this 3 deep. It's like Garth driving, and then somebody in the middle, and then the third person. You know how like bikes will have like pegs coming out the side of the wheels? You can't sit, but if you like stand on those pegs and like hold onto the shoulders of the person in front of you, you can be like on the back of this. It is moving a little slow.
We can't do this every time. The mileage just kills the mileage, alright guys? Like, you gotta get your own wheels.
Dan, what's the motorcycle speed?
Look it up.
Okay, whatever the speed is, it's 10 less, as there are 3 of you on it right now.
I really
I'll have that
just
ready
maybe a
for
little
next
slower.
for next
What's
time.
the exact
need
model
to-
of your motorcycle?
Is it a Harley?
I don't know how many hit dice my motorcycle has. I got nothing.
We'll look. You gotta, but we'll look it up.
Wait, can
I never thought it would actually come in mechanically. That's
I beg.
Dan, you can't give your character a mode of transportation and then not think that it's gonna
I
come
didn't
into
think
the
you.
session.
Because I didn't earn it. I don't know.
I beg the group to let me be the one that stands on the spokes. So there is a 7'4" Goliath going through the road on a motorcycle standing. Hey Marks, this is Derek. You know that because you gave me the number. Anyways, I had a really nice time tonight. It was nice to get to know you like outside of work, and just realize you're just like a really dope girl, and maybe I could take you to a concert or something sometime. I want you to know, like, I don't want to just hang out with you at work. Like, I would like to hang out with you outside of work as more than friends. Anyways, I feel really uncomfortable, but you're really awesome, and thanks for putting your name in as Hottie in my phone. It really makes it easy to remember who you are, because goddamn, you are the Smoke Show. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. And
Sorry, this was a text, not an email, not a voicemail.
Derek,
I'm gonna be honest,
Derek,
you'd be getting ghosted by me. I'm gonna be honest.
Derek uses voice to type.
So you guys show up to the diner. It's a small little diner there's like a main street in town. It's called Main Street, where, there's just kind of like a strip of various stores. Not a whole lot of stores. There's like closer up the road toward your school, there's the Walmart, and there's a couple other like fast food joints. But this like Main Street is like mom and pop shops and that kind of stuff. There is a 24-hour diner, and I should remind you, at this point, it's about 2 a.m. probably. Approaching 2 a.m. It's a little diner. It's called the Chrome Diner, and it like is this little building that's like all kind of chrome metal around it. And it's open, and it seems like there's like a handful of people in there. It's late night diner time.
Texting Lash at diner now if you want me to read you in.
You get a text back from Lash that's like, "I'm so good." That's it. A little drunk.
Wait, what?
She just texted you. Alcohol is so good.
Alcohol. So I think we broke up for a second. It sounded like a bunch of drunk and rambling, which is kind of more appropriate, honestly.
Oh god.
So yeah, you guys get into the diner. There's a waitress here who's like, "What do you want?"
A table.
Okay.
Actually, a booth if you have one.
Yeah, you know what? My back could really use the support if we could get a booth.
One of you roll electric.
I believe in you, Dobro.
Not me?
I believe in you, Dobro.
Natural 6.
Yeah, there's only tables, no booths.
It's fine. Small
Fuck yeah, I rolled a
diner.
16.
Very crowded, I guess. At 2 a.m., all the booths are full.
It
Are you
is.
saying
There's
this
like
is
a lot
no booze at this diner?
No, there are booths. They're just all full. It's full of a lot of tradesmen coming off, or starting work, coming off work, all that kind of stuff. So you guys grab a table. You sit down. The same waitress comes up to you guys and takes your orders. What's everybody's late night diner order? What do you get?
Do we both get the lumberjack special and then look at each other?
Oh, I was definitely gonna ask for just 4 pieces of grilled chicken with unsalted fries.
Ugh, gross. Yeah, you order that, and she looks at you and says, "Gross. Order better food."
And then I get insulted. I'm like, fine, and a milkshake. And then I look at Garth and Andre and go, "Do one of you guys want my milkshake?"
Yeah.
I imagine Andre's kind of sitting there pondering over the menu and is like, that sounds gross. That sounds gross. No, they wouldn't have that. This place isn't fancy enough. You know what? I'll just have coffee. That'll be fine. It's just coffee.
That's about right.
They probably
you get a
can't
cup of
fuck
coffee?
that up.
Garth, what do you get?
Bacon, eggs, toast, potato,
Yeah.
and Derek's milkshake.
Yeah.
Derek's milkshake. You put these orders in. The food will take a moment to come out. What do you guys say? What do you talk about as you're here?
I'd like to do a surveillance to make sure we don't see anyone that looks like a creepy goth kid that sells drugs.
Those are two different people. There's fake hippies and weird emo kids.
You got a lot of factions here. Yeah, I would just take a little look around and make sure, just see if anyone of interest is in the diner.
Yeah, I just want to kind of make sure we didn't get tailed. 5.
Suppose I should.
19.
Better.
I'm not gonna be
Better.
It's just townies here in the bar right now. Nobody from your school. I mean, not the bar, the diner right now. Nobody from your school. There's a Denny's up the road that seems like that's the place where more of the school goes. You guys have chosen to go to the townie spot.
Perfect.
Awesome.
So-
Yeah, I think that seems on brand for Garth too. I like that.
It also seems on brand for...
Are the little hipster?
Well, no, but Derek has been around this town living with his grandparents for a while.
Oh, true. You
And-
probably know the spot.
I think that we probably Oh, you got something?
I learned some important things at the party. We need to follow the emo kids. I don't know what they're up to, but I know it's not good. Also, those drinks, the one that I took, they are fey in nature, and they have. Oh, I say that. I whisper that. I go, they're fey in nature. I was told not to say that very loudly. And then so that's something we have to look into. I don't know if you guys ever met. Oh my god, I can't remember. Renata. I don't know if you ever met Renata.
Was
She's
that?
the
I don't think you
librarian.
really have yet.
Was that
She's
the
the
girl with
librarian.
the
She said she-
fireballs?
Yeah, she said she was gonna help us. So we're gonna have to meet with her at some point.
Baller as fuck.
I think we should maybe take a little more of a careful tack from here on out as to, who we enlist for help, because frankly, I'm a little disappointed that your sister couldn't take more care of these things.
Yeah,
that's
what the
because you haven't known
fuck?
her for very long. If you knew her as long as I did, you would know to never have expectations with her.
You guys
because
are
she-
welcome to roll me like intelligence checks if you'd like, as you're kind of like
against me.
You
Or are they
just really want to
general?
skew these numbers, huh?
No. In general, you can roll one as well, Andre.
Ooh.
I have a +0 to intelligence.
I've only got a +1. I got a 6.
I rolled a natural 8.
22. With a 22, Andre, you have the thought of, that there's the half of the crystal that ends up in the golem, which is what you guys are holding, and then there's also the half that will telepathically control it. So even if those two items are close enough to each other, the person who has the crystal that controls them has all the power. Like, you can have these crystals, and which does like put a wrench probably in their plans or whatever they're trying to do with them. But if they can sense that these things are nearby, they can make them come to life and fight you guys, essentially.
I think we're gonna keep having problems unless we get both the crystals. I think just having the one isn't our solution. So I think we might need to start looking more into who owns the other half, like pursuing that more strongly.
You think so? These are gonna keep coming. These are gonna keep coming back to life as long as we're and fighting us if we're the ones holding them.
Exactly. So we really need to pursue who is the other person that's in control of the other two.
Yeah, I thought
Could
your sister was
potentially-
on that.
Yeah, so did I, but she didn't get back to me. She was hanging out with the warlock kids, the warlock school, and she never really answered. Actually, hold on a second, and I'm gonna take out my phone and I'm gonna text her, "Where are you?" Or I guess I'm gonna text her, "Are you alive?"
You text her, "Are you alive?" It's like 2 a.m. And you don't get a text back.
Okay, I might have to update that on you later, but she was not very useful per usual, but specifically at the party. I don't think she gave me any useful information. I don't know. Do you
No,
guys
that
get
was
any
after you guys
leads?
had failed it's after you guys had failed the montage. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't have been the only one that got any leads.
She kind of avoided you the whole time, and then, except for that one little interaction in
So-
the hallway.
I asked Andre, from what you've explained, there is like a range that the control stone can control the creature stone, and if it's in that range, it doesn't matter if we have it or not.
Yeah. I think us having it is gonna fuck with them because they don't always have control over where it's gonna be, but they're gonna keep fucking with us until we find those other ones.
So then I'd like to suggest, as long as my grandfather and grandmother are okay with it, to keep them at my house 10 miles away from school.
I don't.
Is that a risk you'd feel like bringing to their home?
Well, I gotta ask Granny. I can't just, I'm not gonna just do it. I'm not, I respect my grandparents more than that.
Enough to ask them if they'd feel comfortable potentially bringing some really fucked up elementals into their home.
Bro,
Plus, how much do we want to get your grandparents involved in this? Seems
My
like
Probably the
grandpa-
less the better.
my grandpa taught me how to lobster wrestle. He can
Yeah,
fend
but do you
himself.
think he's gonna want to have to fight an elemental?
Man, it's your family, but I don't think it's a good idea.
I
I'd
mean,
like,
these
can
people
I call
know a lot
my
of magic. They
grandparents?
can probably cast locate object and find your parents' house, your grandparents'
Ooh,
house.
true. That's a smart one.
I don't want to put your grandparents at risk for no reason. Plus, Garth was just talking about keeping this on the down low, and we would be going and doing the complete opposite of that right away.
That's a good point too.
I mean, if we're gonna do the opposite approach and try and get help, I think we need to be looking at a couple echelons upper than, your grandparents. No offense.
Not taken. I was thinking distance, not viability. I got nothing then. That was my big plan. Was store with the grandparents.
I mean, I like the idea of keeping them safe. I don't hate the idea of one of us holding on to them. Or maybe do we keep them separate? The two separate so that they don't both get awoken at the same time next time. Or does it even matter? Maybe we should use them
hide
as
them
bait.
somewhere with magic, kid.
Could I hide them somewhere with magic?
Yeah.
No. I would have to learn another spell. A spell that I could have learned while we were low.
Keeping them separate seems like a good move, but
Double checking.
still not sure where would be a safe place to hide them.
Yeah. What if we use them as bait? What if we didn't hide them? What if we try to bait out the other people with these two so that we could finally find them?
Now that sounds like a little bit of a plan.
How would we set this up? Where would we prefer to fight them? Because it'll probably turn into a fight if we do this.
Yeah. Somewhere big,
But
not
away
too much
from
collateral.
people.
Yeah.
And
But that said, I feel like if there's any kind of group of people, it's like seems to be okay at dealing with these things. It's the VCCC student body.
That's true. They've already seen them a couple times.
But with the student body there, we can't know which student is the body.
Yeah. Whoever's in charge of this keeps using everyone else's cover.
What was... I guess I'm talking to Tess now as Jake. Mariana and the other people that live in the ocean, live in the lake. What was their relationship to this crystals? Did they ever tell us?
Yeah, I think that I'm trying to remember exactly. That what they told you was that they have been under the lake for a very long time. They have a strained relationship with the college and the school campus. The school kind of has their area, including the land and a little bit of the lake. And the creatures under the water have their area that they kind of stick to. And they're really old. Like the large... You met, and I'll refer to her as such because I think that you would have heard this title. The very large siren you met is the Siren Queen. And the Siren Queen is very old, but is not entirely ancient, like has had queens and people come before her. And so, like the people on land, they have a looser connection to history and the history of this place, like similarly to you guys. Like they have, a bit more of an understanding a little bit, but like still kind of... a little not in the know. They were a little cagey. They said that their relationship with the crystal was that it was not theirs. That's I think the big thing you heard about them from the crystal is that it's not theirs.
Not theirs, meaning that it's not the people that live in the lakes. They don't own it.
Yeah, they don't have possession of the crystal, no.
They kind of made it pretty clear that they're of their stance on being involved in surface matters.
They don't want to be involved. Okay, so I was going to say maybe we can get them over there to fight and we can get some help, but that doesn't seem to be the case any longer.
It's a really great rock hard place problem because we don't want them to be so far away from us that we don't know what's up with them, but we don't want them to be close to us that they can turn to elementals and destroy us. This is a real puzzle.
I don't want this grass golem to become a grass golem in my bag. It might pop my footballs.
Well, we can't have that now, can we?
I mean, of all the possibilities of things that could happen, that's probably the worst.
Yeah. Probably, yeah. That's a doomsday scenario right there, huh?
I mean...
footballs.
Those are my.
As you guys are having this conversation, your food is brought to you. In the middle of this conversation, Garth, the food is great. This is like a kind of tiny, almost crappy-looking diner, but the food is absolutely incredible. Andre, they brought you your coffee pretty much immediately, and it's like really good. Like you thought it was going to be burnt and gross, but it's like incredibly good. Derek, they bring you out a milkshake, and they put the milkshake down, and then she looks at you and is like, the cook refused to make your bland, boring, bad chicken. So what he's made you is still something that's healthy, because I can tell that you care about that. But, flavor doesn't add, like, fat. Like, you can still have good-tasting things, right?
What?
And so she gives you a grilled chicken sandwich that has like no bread. The bread is leaves, and there's like lots of veggies on it, and it's like looks really good but very healthy.
I'd like to inspect the burger, the chicken burger.
It's not a burger. It's a chicken sandwich. So it's grilled chicken.
I want to check it for any type of mayonnaise, aioli, ketchup. I want to make sure there's none of that.
Roll me a perception check.
Why?
Did you get a nat 1?
No, I crit!
Oh, you crit!
Why is this when I crit? When I'm doing my stupid sandwich inspection?
Yeah, you're looking at the sandwich, and it's actually, there's no condiments of any kind on here. It looks like the only thing is, like, the chicken is grilled and has a little bit of, like, flavor put onto it, but it's nothing. And then it's, like, the bread is lettuce. There's veggies on the sandwiches, the sandwich as well. It's really more like a lettucey chicken wrap situation. And if you take a bite, you have the sense that this is a very healthy piece, while also still being tasty.
As soon as I recognize that there's no like fat added, I go ahead and I'm like, I'll have the flavor, and I bite in, and I probably lose my mind on the flavor.
Oh, yeah, it's so good. It's incredible. Yeah, sorry, I wanted to interrupt the final good moment of this conversation to tell you your food came. How else is this conversation?
I've got an idea, but I've got to check in on it and see if it's viable. So, how about we say just for tonight, I'll take the water one. Derek, you hold on to the grass one and don't give it to your grandparents. And Andre, you make sure that Odette doesn't know where either of these are.
I can do that.
I'll make some calls tomorrow and see if I can figure something out.
Well,
yeah,
tomorrow is Saturday, and Saturday I do a pretty big workout up until like 3 in the afternoon. So could we reconvene around 5-ish?
That
Sure.
should be enough time for everyone to do their productive things and for you to work out.
Hey, that's productive, bro. You, I, as I'm like chowing down this chicken that is just so much more delicious than I've had anything like this in years of being so anally healthy. That
You might have to run a couple extra miles. I think I saw a one little piece of salt on there.
You know for here's the thing, it is salted. You know that you were aware with your nat 20 that like like there's like a little bit of flavoring and a little bit of sodium, but it's okay because it's not like this is nothing that's going to send you into a tailspin. You know this.
No, I do know this, and I already decided tomorrow ab day.
Here's the thing, you need all of it to still be a healthy person. You do need sodium, you do need fat. Like Derek is malnourished. Like, I want it to be established that Derek is severely malnourished.
He is very
DMJ.
DMJ is lean and cut.
He's like horrifyingly lean. Like he's like big muscles, shoulders, but like way too skinny. So you guys, do you do anything else here at the diner, or do you do anything else here at the end of the night before you all kind of part ways and go to your dorms?
I think we just pay check and bounce to see each other tomorrow.
Great, you guys pay the check. All of you are reminded of the fact that you're very poor. This is,
Hey, I work at Bert
know,
Beans.
right, you do work. You work. The other two don't. Garth used to work, but does not right now.
I mean, I definitely have at least some savings, right?
We'll talk about money off table and figure out how much money each of you has, really. But we'll not harp on that now. You guys pay and you leave, and you each go to your own dorms, I assume.
And I start my 8 mile run home because we're already 2 miles.
No. Actually, you're 2 miles.
It's 2 miles the other direction.
Oh, perfect. That'll work off the sandwich.
You like go to run. I'm sure Garth is like, "Do you want to ride?" Because it's like not that far.
I'm already
I'm
booking
smart
it.
enough not to ask.
I'm already booking it. Like he
You're
didn't.
already booking it.
By booking it, I mean Garth passes me 10 seconds later.
You're on the motorcycle for the second time tonight, arms wrapped around this muscly half-orc as your hair whips in the breeze. You each make it to your various. Make it to your various living quarters. Why don't you give the audience a little taste of your nighttime routines? Garth, what do you do before bed?
On a party night is definitely a lot of like hydration, and trying to, I guess it depends on, because like he has a hard time getting to bed before everyone else has gone to bed because he needs that like quiet time, and it's a lot of and recently it's been meditation, trying to do that instead of like an activity that would keep him even more awake. And this time he is holding the crystal in his hands as he is sitting and eyes closed, trying to slow his rhythm down and get ready for rest.
Okay, cool. Andre, what do you think your nighttime routine is?
Since I don't have to sleep for very long, I feel like there's a little bit of time spent like poring over some books in the candlelight, and I think after that battle, when I didn't really do anything, he's probably a little pissed off. So I can imagine him like sitting in his bed, and he has like something set up on like a pillow or something set up on the roof that just has scorch marks all over it, and he's just like shooting like fucking magic missiles or some shit at it.
Mage armor does last 8 hours though, so you're probably still.
Oh yeah. That's fine. It's spectral. I go right through it, and it maybe has a picture of like. I probably went to the library and like found a picture of that professor that keeps giving me shit. That in my headcanon, I started calling him Dumbledore, and I taped that to the ceiling, and I'm just like, oh, I have firebolt, perfect. I'm just fucking like he holds his hand out like a gun and just looking at the ceiling, he's like, pew, pew. And then he goes, what did he say to me? I don't know. He's like repeating the words that the guy said to him and just pew, and just shooting the the thing on the ceiling.
Just repeating in your head this professor saying you are a cold, small-hearted person.
You're a cold, small-hearted. Mom and Dad hate you.
Garth, from your floor, you do feel like... Because Andre's room is directly below yours.
Yeah, Andre here is just like, after the first few, just a loud...
Derek, what's your nighttime routine?
Well, as is obviously known, Derek never gives up an opportunity for a workout. But he realizes that brushing his teeth can get like that takes up a lot of time that you could be working out otherwise. So he like took his toothbrush and like made like a little thing that like sticks it into the ground so that he could do push-ups to brush his teeth. So he just does like a quick like 200 to brush all of his teeth evenly, and then continues the rest of his workout, which consists of a good 10-minute wall sit, about 150 crunches, and then make sure to prepare breakfast for his grandparents. And not like actually cooking it, but like making sure like everything is ready.
Sure,
like making sure the bacon is defrosted. There's there's bagels ready for everything, and then he goes and literally just like face plants into the bed because he is clearly malnourished.
real bagels because they're not from New York City, so that they are just bread circles. But
Actually, that's definitely what we actually have at the farm. Is bread circles.
That's how Tess the DM really feels, but it's fine. So you do all of this before you do all this before you go to sleep. You definitely gag a little on your toothbrush as you.
Oh no, I've been doing this for years. I gagged for the first year.
Oh no, you definitely.
You could really upgrade the workout and isolate the muscles if instead of doing push-ups you put it on a shake weight.
Oh my god, he's a genius!
While you're brushing your teeth.
Somebody please draw me a picture of DMJ brushing his teeth with a shake weight.
He's a genius! How is this not invented already?
Jake, show us what that looks like again as you brush your teeth. Yeah.
You gotta make sure you clean the tongue too.
And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
They're
gonna kick me off after this. I'm sorry.
As you guys all get tucked into bed at night, Andre, real quick, do you do the reading? Are you someone who goes to bed late? You do the reading and then you sleep for your 4 hours, or you transfer 4 hours, or do you get up early and you take the rest of your sleep in the first half of it? Which one is it?
He's a night person. He does his.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So as you guys all go to sleep, at this point, you all do your nighttime routines, which I'm sure take various amounts of times and stuff. This is the other two have been sleeping for a little while. Andre does finally fall asleep. The quiet sounds of a small town, sleep and dead almost around you. Everybody make me a perception check with disadvantage.
2 17s for a dirty 20.
4.
16.
Ooh.
16. Okay, cool. Hang on.
I rolled a 2.
What'd you get, Jake?
Dirty 20.
So, Derek, you're asleep in bed. You don't hear anything. You are sound asleep in bed. Garth, you do usually sleep very aware. And a 16, not that bad. But you are still kind of conked out because you fell asleep. Not because you fell asleep, you did fall asleep, but because you were drinking tonight, and possibly doing what have you, and that definitely knocks you out, lays you flat. And so in this sleep, in your dream, you feel in your periphery, in your dream, that you're in a space and that there's the dream is happening, but in the background of this dream, there's somebody walking around. But you're kind of well, I'm dreaming. This is just a weird dream. So you stay asleep.
Doesn't tingle my danger sense or anything.
Andre, what's the language of your danger sense?
It does not actually do anything for me. It's fine. I can sense when things are off. It's fine.
Yeah, but I think that's for saving throws.
Andre, from where you are, you're asleep, sound asleep in your bed. You started your sleep obviously later into theirs, and you're a very in your old life you had a giant room in a wing of the mansion of the manor you lived on. You had zero noise pollution when you were sleeping, so you are probably now on the side of a light sleeper because you haven't ever slept before having to deal with any noise. And you are awoken by what sounds like, what you think at first is your upstairs neighbor and now friend, Garth, moving around in his room upstairs. You're pulled out of your sleep by that moment. As you're here, though, immediately, you go to get your broom or whatever you use to, tell him, shut up, I can hear you. And as you go to hit, you stop for a moment, and you realize that the footfalls are not the footfalls of your orcish friend upstairs, and that there is somebody else in his room right now, because you can still hear him snoring.
I'm gonna cast message to Garth and say, wake the fuck up. There's someone in your room.
Garth, in your dream, you are at a meeting at your family's business, like you've always been, and you're sitting around this table, and the meeting is taking place the way that it usually does. But instead of being a meeting about mercenary stuff, it's a meeting about you. And everybody is sitting here around saying, we'd like you to be able to take over the business, but we just don't think you have it in you to do it. You don't have the love in your heart for this company that the rest of us do. And matter of factly, if you're not going to join this business, then you don't get to be in our family anymore. And it's a bad stress dream as you're sitting here. And they're like these meetings are usually tactical planning meetings, and they're on the board going over different points of like your life and why you're not as dedicated to this business as you should be.
Oh, jeez.
And you're in this moment. How are you feeling as you're experiencing this dream?
Oh, that's awful. Especially because, I didn't even tell you this, that, like, Garth is planning on, like, contacting, his mother and seeing if they could, like, put something in lockup. And I guess he's really more stressed about that than he realized.
You're super stressed about that, and you're in this dream, and it's just kind of piling on in a really kind of stressful way, and the room is getting smaller around you, and it's just your basic stress dream. And then all of a sudden, in this dream, out of nowhere, you feel two hands on the side of your face and turn your head around, and you are face to face with Andre, who is saying, "Wake up, there's somebody in your room." And you wake up to see somebody standing over you. And that's going to be the end of the session.
Oh! Wait, I'm alone!
Yep, you're alone, and you have one of the crystals in your grandparents' house.
Who could have seen this coming?
Thank you guys so much for listening. As always,
No.
I have been Tess Henry. I am your gamekeeper. You can find me on Instagram at Tess Does Instagram, or on TikTok at Trainwreck Tess. Tonight, I am going to promo for you all Frigid New York, my old business I used to work for. It's an incredible theater company that puts on theater and has been doing so throughout this entire pandemic. There is a Patreon that you should consider becoming a member of if you are interested in small off-Broadway theater in New York City. Or we have a Venmo. Please consider donating to Frigid's Venmo, or just going to see a show. It really just takes audience at all, and it would be lovely. Dan, do you have anything that you'd like to promote?
Double plug for Frigid New York. We love Frigid here. Another plug for Hamlet Isn't Dead. We'll drop a link to their, stuff. And also, I'm should be in a play reading festival called the First Impressions Festival at the end of the month, March 27th. Another link for that also in the description.
Great. Jake, do you have anything you want to promote? No. No promos from Jake.
No.
Don't find him anywhere. Jake doesn't exist. You don't know anything about him. Bert, what do you got to promote for us?
We freaking did it! We got the promo I put last week won't be stupid because I didn't lose the Pokemon challenge.
Hey!
And now I actually earned this badge right here finally. That my good friend, you know what? I'll plug my good friend Ryan. Ryan's a great dude. He's
Ryan Green. He's also a health and fitness coach.
I was about to say he's a health and fitness
I've been
coach.
working with him.
He's helping me as well. I ended up losing about 10 pounds. But I'll put his Facebook. Does he have a
Or
website?
if weight loss isn't your explicit goal and health and fitness is just, you don't need to put a number on it, but that's still good too.
No, 100%. Sorry. But, does he have a website? He has a website, right?
Yeah.
I'm
I'm going to put his website. I'm plugging Ryan Green's website. Go talk to him. He'll help you with whatever you want.
Listen to his podcast.
I'm just going to plug all of his stuff. All of his stuff. He's a great dude. A silky voice. Silky voice.
Silky smooth. Great D&D player. But hey,
too.
that's for them to maybe discover eventually. Thank you all so much for listening, like you always do. This has been the Valley City Community College gang. We'll see you next week.
Bye!